So I've just imported a character with motion capture animation from Mixamo. And in a previous video, I show you how to use Mixamo. This is how to edit the motion capture animation once you have it in Maya. This would probably work with a similar method in another animation software. So you can follow along and just change things according to that software. But generally, you're going to use your animation editor. So I have my character on a layer. So I'm going to turn off the visibility just so we can see the rig itself. And I'll open up the animation editor under Windows, Animation Editors, Graph Editor. And if I select a joint, I will find the different keyframes on the different rotate or translate or whatever your however your character is moving. So this is a wrist and it's exclusively rotating, and it's got keyframes on each, the X, Y, and Z. If we turn back on the character, you'll see why I want to edit the animation. It's because the mesh is intersecting with the other mesh, and otherwise the animation is pretty good. So you can see the characters talking on the phone. It looks pretty natural, and then all of a sudden we have a weird thing happen here. So we just need to rotate her hand so it's not intersecting. If I go to rotate X, I'll see the keyframes there. There's a keyframe basically on every frame. So that's kind of difficult to edit, but we can do kind of a mass edit if we select all of them and drag them up or down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold down the shift and use the middle mouse button to move upwards or downwards, and you'll see how the hand moves. And right now I'm scaling it. That's not what I wanted, but it is kind of cool. If you have scale selected, you move up and down and you'll scale the whole curve up and down, larger or smaller. That can be useful too, but we're just going to use translate here. So I clicked W on my keyboard and I'm back in translate, and I'm moving things around to suit myself here. Her hand isn't always on her waist, so you might just want to grab the part of the curve that is just where it intersects. In this case, I'm going to do the whole thing just because it's easier, but you could grab just this, say, maybe not that, maybe just the top here. You can move it down or up. I'm going to do the whole thing because there's a lot of keyframes and I don't want to mess around with all of them too much. Rotate Z, just getting the positioning right. In order to make the hand look right, I'm going to need to also bend the elbow. So I just turn the visibility on and off, and then same idea, grabbing all the keyframes, holding down shift and the middle mouse button and moving them up and down. And this is making her hand move closer to her body. Okay. And I just kind of am testing different rotate values to see what achieves the outcome that I want. That's definitely dramatic, but it helps a lot. Let's see how close we are. Pretty close. I might even get the desired result from the shoulder, where I just want the whole thing to rest on her. Rotate Y. There we go. Pretty close. Rotate that hand again. And this is just kind of nitpicking. Grab them all. I'm doing the hand motion on myself to see where my hand rests. It's very close, so I'm not going to go crazy here. But as you can see, it's much better. It's not intersecting. I, of course, would have to do the same thing with the thumb because that thumb is kind of mangled. So I would grab the different joints of the thumb, move those values around so that it lands in the right spot. And once you do that, your motion capture animation has been edited and is ready to be used. So if you need to change individual keyframes, you can really get in there and work on frame by frame, deleting frames, moving them around, but that's very labor intensive. So motion capture isn't always better than just animating from scratch. It's really depending on what you want and how close the motion capture is to your final outcome, if it's worth doing. So like I said, I have a Mixamo film. If you guys want to check that out and see the tutorial, you can. And I hope to see you guys in my next video.